It is not often I turn down $500. It's actually very rare that I not only turn down $500, but I turn down $500 for doing something that I would actually enjoy, something I'm knowledgeable and passionate about. But this instance that happened to me recently is a different can of worms. I had a feeling inside my gut for a few days as I was corresponding back and forth with this individual who was in charge of marketing for this group. I don't even know what the situation is, and maybe that should be my first sign. But I had this feeling deep down where I'm like, $500 sounds good, but something's off. Something is legitimately off here. I don't know what it is. I need to really ask some questions. I need to get down to it. So we're going to look at the correspondence between myself and this gentleman through our email, and we're also going to take a look at the website. Oh, guys, the website is so bad. And when I started this journey, I knew that opportunities would be valuable to me, and turning down those opportunities may or may not be a good idea. But this was one instance where I was like, okay, it's a great idea to run as far away from this company as possible. So starting with the email, it comes from Slobodan Popovic. Now, he's Serbian. There's nothing wrong with Serbians. I know a few Serbians. They're all great individuals. But typically, when you get an email from someone not based in the United States about sports betting, my alarms just go up. There's a lot of offshore funny business. There's a lot of tax loopholes, gambling loopholes. There's a lot of companies trying to put out media and data and things that are not U.S. based, and I'm not a U.S.er. Like, I'm not
stand back and stand by.
I'm not a proud boy by any means. I think my previous videos precede that. I think you can understand which side of the aisle I typically align with.
Must be a liberal sissy. Must be a sissy boy.
But there's just something about the sports betting industry when it is not an American company that does raise some flags. He says, "Hi, team of Green Means Go YouTube channel. How are you? This is a short follow-up to inquire if you have received my previous mail with the offer for paid cooperation. As I explained, we want you on board to make a review video about bet ideas and post it on your YouTube channel." So I sent a reply. I said, "Hi, is there any way I can test it out to see if I'd like to do a video? Thank you for getting back to me. Can you please elaborate on more how to test it? This is a link to the platform. Can you check the platform? It gives the predictions, but please check it. Best regards." Okay, so obviously looking at that, like, I don't need Slobodan to have perfect grammatical English, but I need him to understand what we're dealing with. If he is in charge of dealing with people like myself who are going to be reviewing a product, he should at least understand what that product is and means. Can you please elaborate on more how to test? I don't want to be seen as some xenophobic guy insulting someone who's not American for not being American. Please understand that that's not the intent of this video, but it matters here because the context, if we zoom out, of a company operating outside of the United States, dealing with United States typical American sports betting, recreational betting within a legal system that is not too generous with sports gamblers, it's just a little bit tedious. So I said I'm more interested in the arbitrage and plus EV section, because how do you screw that up? You can't really screw up arbitrage. If you're pulling lines for arbitrage, that's useful to people. I don't care about your AI fake predictions, and we'll talk about those in a second. But if you are someone who's giving me an arbitrage opportunity, actually pointing me to discrepancies in books, well, by golly, count me in. Let's talk about it. He says, "You are free to select the part of the platform, so we do have a deal." I said, "How much do you guys typically pay for video reviews?" So now I want to know what's in it for me. Because look, he's clearly not getting that I want to test the product and you had to pay to be able to test the arbitrage because you only get 3 per day if you don't pay. He still didn't give me an account at this point. He says $550 USD X video of 7 minutes. So I had to make a 7-minute video for $550. Okay, now I'm interested. Now I'm a little interested that, I can talk about arbitrage, I can talk about plus EV betting, I can talk about predictions. This is what I do, right? This is my wheelhouse. Chugga, chugga, choo-choo. Let's go, Sloblovan. I said, "Do you want me just to cover the predictions or the arbitrage and plus EV stuff too?" He said, "If you can, please do cover as much as possible. To pay you, I will need the billing info." And then he gives me everything he needs from me, including crypto payments, bank wire, or PayPal. So now my alarms go up again. Like, okay, this is a registered company, but they're willing to deal in crypto. So guys, like at this point, you're probably sitting here like, you're an idiot. Like you should have been running at this. Like all the flags are up.
You'd get there in the end.
Flag City, flag city trick. Guys, I get it. I didn't do anything. I didn't go through with this. I'm making this video about it to show you that this stuff exists. But trust me, my alarm bells were ring-a-ding-dinging. I responded again. I said, everything requires a membership to view. He said, you are just providing a review of the platform. And I'm like, dude, I know I am, but if you can't let me access the platform, how can I review the platform? So then I said, can you send the content guidelines now? So he sends me a Google Doc of the content guidelines, and they're actually pretty legit. Like, I'm not going to go through it, but it's laid out quite nicely. I said, okay, so will I have access to a demo account like that guideline says to see the full site? So far, we've made without a demo account, but we'll have to check. The manager will give you instructions. So you're not the manager? You're just the team leader of outreach development? Sloblovan, what's going on? I said, last question, can you just do a payout with PayPal? I don't feel comfortable giving you all my personal info and address. I do understand, but we are a big conglomerate. In the signature of the email, you can trace everything about me, blah, 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 blah. So then I didn't respond for a while because I was busy. He said, are you okay with this? I still didn't respond. Then he goes into the credibility of his company and how they work with other content creators. I said, am I permitted to mention things I don't like or am skeptical of? He says, you can maybe say what thinga you should be improved and how, but focus is on the review. Obviously positive about the platform. I said, okay, and when I get it done, I just email you the video, and you'd say you paid half up front? Yes, 50% up front. Waiting for the billing info to proceed further. We will pay 50% up front of $500. So do we have a deal as a start in making money? I said, once again, if you are okay with me being honest in my thoughts as I review the product and mentioning in the video that it was a paid sponsorship, then yes, I'm in. Oh, yeah, of course you can. Then send me the info for billing. I said, I'm just letting you know that this is going to be an honest review. I'm looking today and I see a ton of error. So at this point, I actually dove into the site. I said, okay, if this is something I'm going to do, like let's cut the Serbian some slack here. English is not his first language clearly. Let's give him some grace. Maybe the site can have some takeaways and I can make $100. I'm looking today and I see a ton of errors. I've included one below. I'm happy to do a review, but it's going to be very honest. For reference, this photo isn't an arbitrage opportunity as the site state because they have over 8.5 and under 7.5. And if the game ends at 8, guess what?
You lose. Good day, sir.
Then he says, you should say there is a place for the site to be improved, but stay focused on the positive sides, and you will have a demo account. I think we should proceed further with this deal. To recapitulate, that might be a word. I don't know. Is that a word? Is that a word? Recapitulate. Summarize. Wow. Look at this guy. Doesn't know, hardly knows English, and he's teaching me words. For one video review, you get $550 flat fee, 50% up front. You can say the video is sponsored. You can say in which segments the platform can be improved. You can emphasize positive sides of the platform, and you get a demo account. Do we have a deal? Hey, how are you? Shall we proceed further? I have money. I have reserved money deal for you. So I've not responded. I don't plan on responding because this site is so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. We're going to talk about it. So let's do it. So you head over to the site and it looks legit. And that's the problem. It looks like a legitimate, worthwhile, potential site. Providing bettors with risk-free betting and AI tips. Access guaranteed profit strategies with our arbitrage betting platform, real-time odds, instant notifications, and proven results. MLB is the only sport on, and I come in here, and it shows that they have 84% confidence, a 17% EV on the home team to win. If we go to read more, let's look. We're talking historical stats. When the Mets were founded, okay, 2 series titles. Not sure how that affects today. Why will the Mets win? Based on historical stats, it's clear that the New York Mets have a stronger overall record and more recent success in the MLB compared to the Guardians. This is a big factor in predicting the outcome on the game of August 6, 2025. In addition, the Mets have a strong current roster with top-tier players, while the Guardians still may be building their team. This gives the Mets an edge in terms of skill and experience. Let me just check the score real quick. Not that we should look at a small sample. Oh, Cleveland 4-1. Okay. Awesome. What do we got here? Oh, Detroit Tigers. We got a 27% EV play on the Tigers, the home team, to win against the Minnesota Twins. And why is that? Well, the combination of the Tigers' historical success. So that's it. We're just basing everything on the past X years. Forget the current state of the team. The Tigers won more in 1976, so let's bet them today. Let's check and see. Oh, 9-4, the Tigers lose. Okay, so that's what you get every day. Because guess what? When I decided I wasn't going to review this site because this is bogus, I looked at this yesterday, and the same justification was given out yesterday. They got a good historic record. They're a good historic team. You think that's bad, and that's bad. That's just AI. It's bad AI. It's not even good AI. Like, I could go to ChatGPT right now, and I could get better information than this website is giving you. But the arbitrage bets, how do you screw up arbitrage bets? How do you mess up something that is guaranteed money?
I guarantee.
You can't mess up an arbitrage bet, guys. You shouldn't. It shouldn't be possible. First of all, -1, like this just popped up. Like this is live. This is live, raw, and here we are. This is the review. I don't know if this is the review they wanted, but this is the review they're getting. Poo-poo on their whole shebang. First of all, this game's already started. So this game's already over, actually. But we look at this. This is not an arbitrage opportunity. It's not. It's a -110, +110. So we all know that this is not an ARB. This is a break-even opportunity. Okay, but it gets worse. Here's an ARB, +100, +104. Under 8 over 8.5. Wait a minute. That's not an ARB. That's not an ARB. What if it ends at 8? You lose this, you push this, you lost. Okay, I'll throw up some other photos on here. Actually, photos I took last night on my camera to show you how bad this is, because you could see that the screen was sort of hiding these. In order to identify them, I had to lay my mouse over it. So this one, Cubs and Reds from last night's game, over 8.5, under 7.5. They were listing an ARB for over 8.5, under 7.5. You could get double, reverse middle, triple, quadruple, penetrated upside down and backwards if the game landed on 8, guys. Do you understand that this site is completely AI generated, completely fake, completely nonsense? I've never even checked out the EV picks, by golly. I've never even clicked on it. I'm scared. I'm a little bit scared. Oh, it's the same thing. It's just their analysis of the historic record of these teams. Pre-civil rights days is what we're talking. Oh, the Tigers were good then, so the Tigers will be good now. What are we saying, chat? What are we doing? This is pathetic. What I should have done? You know what I should have done? I should have taken $550 from them. I should have accepted half the pay. That wouldn't have been right. It's no more right than what they're doing, taking money from people for whatever pathetic site this is. Actually, I want to show you one more thing. Because there is a spot that shows, results, right? I'm all about tracking bets. Hear me out. I love to track. Let's see their performance metric. Oh, okay, 18% ROI. First of all, that's insane. An 18% ROI in sports betting is unbelievable. Can we just say that? Over 2,300 bets? That's unbelievable. Let's look at their profit growth chart. Oh, well, it looks awfully linear to me. The last 30 days, they haven't had a losing day. It's just up and 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 up. They're not even creative. They can't even do a little bit of we had a downswing. Second week of August. Oh, tough, right? No, let's look at the 90-day chart. Oh, up and up and up and up and up. Maybe we've gone up too steep. The people are onto us. Let's go up, but do it a little bit more linearly. Oh, what about the last year? What have they done the last year? Same thing. Looks exactly the same as the last 90 days. Maybe that's because they've only been in business for 90 days, and I don't see them being in business for too much longer. This is idiotic. I mean, this is ridiculous. Look at this. Just every day they win money. Every day they win money. This is the current state of sports betting. This is the current state of sports betting data and news. You got to watch out for these people. You have to. Anything that says AI-powered predictions, I'm always a little bit skeptical of. And in this case, it took me actually diving in and reading. Like, you can't even trust arbitrage bets anymore. A site says arbitrage bets, and they're not even giving you arbitrage opportunities. It's unbelievable. It's pathetic. And it's got to stop. Thanks for coming by. And if you want to join my Patreon, all it takes is 50 people to join the Patreon, and I basically made the money that I was going to make. I'm kidding. Have a good night. Love you guys, and we'll see you. We'll see you soon.